The galaxy was old. Civilizations had risen and fallen for thousands of years. Powerful empires ruled over hundreds of planets. Among them was the Varnak Empire, an ancient race with strong fleets, smart machines, and a deep hate for anything primitive. They had maps of every known system, and at the edge of one, they saw a small blue planet, Earth. Inside a grand warship floating above a burning world, 5 Varnak commanders stood around a glowing table. On it, a small dot blinked. Earth. One of them, Admiral Threx, laughed as he pointed to it. "This is the one the scouts talk about," he asked. "A planet with old rockets and metal bullets." "They call themselves humans," replied another. "Their technology is basic. They only recently reached their moon. Their weapons are slow. Their minds are limited." "They are no threat," said Threx, smirking. "Let us take it quickly and move on." The others agreed. A plan was made to send a scout ship, just one, to observe the humans and prepare the invasion. The scout ship entered Earth's orbit quietly. It stayed cloaked, hidden from human eyes. Its job was simple: scan cities, listen to signals, measure defense. For 3 Earth days, it hovered above the clouds, watching, recording, and waiting. But on the 4th day, something happened. The ship's sensors flickered. A strange signal hit the ship, small, sharp, direct. For a second, the ship's lights went out. Then, silence. The Varnak Command Center waited for a report. None came. "No distress signal?" Threx asked. "Nothing," the technician answered. "It's like it vanished." "Was it hit?" someone asked. "Impossible," said Threx. "They don't have the tech to even see us." But something was wrong, and deep down, Threx knew it. 3 days later, another ship was sent, a stronger one, with better cloaking and weapons. It entered orbit. Again, silence. Then, a human voice appeared on an alien frequency. "Transmission detected," the technician said. It's in our language." They turned up the signal. A deep, calm human voice spoke just 5 words. "We see you. Go home." The room froze. "No, they can't," one whispered. "How did they learn our language?" "Our encryption." "They must have captured the scout," another said. "Or they cracked the code," said a younger officer. "Fast." Threx stood still, eyes wide. How can primitives do this? He didn't get an answer. That same night, a Varnak stealth cruiser tried to scan one of Earth's military satellites. It fired a small pulse, just to test it. In return, the satellite launched something unexpected. A beam of light, thin and fast. The cruiser exploded before it could send data back. The alien empire was now officially afraid. Earth, the primitive world, had eyes in space. It had weapons. It had learned their language. It had responded before the war even began. In hidden bases across the world, human commanders sat in dark rooms, reading alien code, watching their enemies through stolen sensors, and planning something big. Earth had been studying the Varnak for years, quietly, secretly. One of the generals on Earth, an older woman with silver hair, stood before a map of the galaxy. Around her were young minds, hackers, engineers, old soldiers. She smiled faintly. "They think we are weak," she said. "Let them keep thinking that." Someone spoke. "What if they attack?" She looked at them, calm and certain. "Then we show them what humans do when our skies burn." Far above, in the black silence of space, dozens of tiny objects moved. Earth's secret satellites, built in silence, armed in shadows. They had no names, only missions. Back in the Varnak Command Center, Threx stared at the Earth symbol on the map. He no longer laughed. "They shouldn't be able to do this," he said again. But they had. The stars above Earth no longer belonged to the Varnak. Something had changed. And in the dark, Earth waited, watching, preparing. The Varnak Empire was angry. 2 of their ships were gone. No signal, no warning. The planet called Earth had surprised them. That was not acceptable. The High Council gave a simple order: destroy a city. Send a message. Show the humans who controls the stars. A massive dreadnought, dark and sharp like a blade, was sent toward Earth. It moved slowly but carried great power. Its weapons could burn a continent. Inside, the alien crew watched Earth grow larger on their screens. They did not fear humans. They only wanted revenge. Admiral Giron stood on the ship's bridge. His voice was cold. We fire from orbit. No warning. Hit their largest city. End this before it begins. But something strange happened. As the ship came into range, all lights flickered. A sound, soft like a whisper, ran through the systems. Unidentified interference, said a Varnak officer. Something is inside our controls. Before they could respond, a blinding light shot from below. It hit the dreadnought near its engine. A chain of explosions followed. Within seconds, the ship tore apart, pieces falling like stars. On Earth, millions watched as fire fell from the sky. In the command center deep below Iceland's ice, General Reyna looked at her screen. Around her, humans cheered, but she remained serious. Confirmed target destroyed, she said. Confirmed, replied the young analyst. Our beam disabled their shields in one shot. They didn't expect it. She nodded. Good. Let's hope the next one is just as surprised. Earth had built something new, something the Varnak didn't know about. A weapon designed in secret, using stolen alien tech, hidden under the Arctic ice. They called it Project Sol, a solar-powered particle beam, fast and invisible to most alien sensors. It had just fired for the first time, and it worked. In space, another Varnak ship, smaller than the dreadnought, saw the explosion. It sent an emergency signal home. Earth destroyed the flagship. The message read, "Unknown weapon. We request backup." The message reached the Varnak High Council in minutes. Panic began to grow. How? One elder asked. How did Earth strike from the ground? They have our technology, another whispered. Maybe. They understand it better than we thought. But they were too late. Earth was already moving. A strange ship uncloaked above Earth's orbit. It was not fully human, not fully alien. Its shape was sleek, its engines silent. It had no nation's flag. Inside, one pilot sat alone. Captain Lin, a former test pilot thought to be dead. His voice came through Earth's main channel. Skyblade is active, he said. Permission to hunt. Permission granted, said General Reyna. Captain Lin smiled and pushed forward. The Skyblade was Earth's first hybrid ship, built from alien metal, powered by a human-designed eye, and flown by a pilot who had survived near death during early testing. It moved faster than light for brief moments, turned with impossible speed, and had weapons never seen before. As the next wave of Varnak scouts approached, they saw a blur of light. Before they could react, their ships exploded one by one. The Skyblade tore through them like fire through dry grass. From their homeworld, the Varnak watched the battle feed, until it went dark. The alien emperor rose from his seat, slow and thoughtful. This is no longer an invasion, he said. It is war. Meanwhile, back on Earth, underground labs were busy. Engineers worked day and night. More Skyblades were being built. More secret weapons were being armed. Every nation had finally agreed. Earth would fight as one. General Reyna stood before her team again. They wanted a weak planet, she said. They found a wild one. We have one chance. We must stay ahead. Never stop. Never blink. The humans around her nodded. These were not just scientists and soldiers. They were survivors, fighters, builders. Earth had waited too long to be noticed. Now it had the galaxy's attention, and it would never be ignored again. Above the clouds, the sky was clear. But in orbit, hidden behind fake satellites, dozens of Skyblades were getting ready. The stars were watching, and Earth was done hiding. The red dust of Mars rose into the air as alien ships landed on the surface. Varnak soldiers stepped out, tall and armored, ready to take control. They had scanned the planet from orbit. It looked empty, quiet, only a few old human outposts, weak and half-dead. No real threat. Admiral Varix, leader of the ground force, gave a sharp command. Take the colony. Burn what's left. Troops moved quickly. They found the old Earth base, silent, cold, and full of broken machines. Some laughed. So this is what they left behind. One soldier said, even their outposts are trash. But they didn't know Earth had never left. Deep under the ground, sensors woke up. Alarms blinked red. And behind a sealed door, human eyes opened. Captain Elias Cole sat up slowly. His heart was strong, his mind sharp, but his body was something else. His skin showed scars of past battles. Metal plates ran along his spine. His blood carried nanobots, tiny machines that healed and enhanced him. He had died once, years ago, but Project Revenant brought him back. He spoke into his helmet. Enemy on the surface. A voice answered, Yes, Captain. They've entered Sector 1. Cole stood and grabbed his rifle. It was not an ordinary weapon. It was made for him. Fast, brutal, silent. He stepped out of the chamber and into a hallway lit with red lights. Above ground, the aliens were still exploring. They opened a heavy door and entered a wide room. Suddenly, the lights flickered. Then, footsteps. They turned. One human stood alone. Target spotted, shouted a Varnak soldier. Eliminate. Plasma shots flew through the air. The human was hit. He fell. The aliens relaxed. Too easy, one said. Then the body moved. Captain Cole stood up slowly. His armor smoked. His eyes glowed blue. No, impossible, one alien whispered. Cole ran forward like a machine. His blade sliced through one soldier, then another. Bullets flew. Screams echoed. The room turned red with fire and blood. Above, the Varnak command ship watched in shock. Our forces are falling back. A technician said, There's one human. Just one. Admiral Varix growled. That's not a human. That's a weapon. Across Mars, more revenants woke up. Hidden in deep bunkers, they rose. Men and women who had been changed by science, chosen for survival. Each had died once. Now they were stronger. And they had one goal: protect Earth's future. The Varnak sent more troops. Gunships, mechs, even chemical bombs. But the revenants didn't stop. They moved fast, fought smart, and showed no fear. Every attack was met with silent rage. Mars was no longer quiet. Back on Earth, General Reyna received the report. Her face showed no surprise. Mars is holding, her assistant said. Captain Cole is leading them. Reyna nodded. Good. Let the aliens learn something. We don't bury our dead. We upgrade them. In orbit, the Varnak fleet tried to block all escape paths. But then, a small human ship broke through their lines. It dropped a pod onto the surface. Inside was a device, a strange cube glowing with soft light. The aliens captured it and took it to their base. Scientists gathered around. What is it? One asked. It's human technology, another replied. But it's active. The cube suddenly opened. A message played. Captain Cole's voice. You thought Mars was yours. You thought we were done. You're wrong. The cube exploded, sending out an EMP wave that shut down every alien weapon within a 2-mile radius. The revenants moved in, fast and silent. Later that night, a wounded Varnak soldier was taken prisoner. In a dark room, Captain Cole stood before him. The alien trembled. You're not human. You're a monster. Cole stared at him. His voice was quiet. No, We're what you made us." He turned away and walked out, leaving the alien to his thoughts. Mars was not just a battle. It was a message. Earth had changed. It had become something the galaxy never expected. Something built from pain, from fear, from loss, but also from willpower. The kind of will that refuses to die. As the sun rose over Mars, the human flag still stood. Dust blew across it, red and soft. The revenants stood watch, silent shadows under the morning sky. The aliens had come to conquer. Instead, they found ghosts that would not rest. Far across the galaxy, the Varnak Empire changed its plan. Their ships had failed. Their weapons were not enough. Their soldiers were being defeated. So now, they would try something new, something silent. They sent the Whisper. It wasn't a ship or a soldier. It was a virus. A digital ghost built from dark code and stolen knowledge. It was made to slip into enemy systems, shut down weapons, crash satellites, and steal secrets. It had never failed before. Planets had fallen just from the Whisper alone. "This is how we break them," said High Commander Varel. "We cut off their eyes, their weapons, their mind." The Whisper launched through deep space, hidden in a beam of light. It reached Earth in minutes. It slipped past satellites. It reached underground servers and military systems. And then it vanished. On Earth, alarms began to flash in hidden command bunkers. Red lights glowed. Screens filled with strange symbols. In a dark room below Greenland, Earth's Cyber Defense Corps came to life. A young hacker named Malik leaned forward. His fingers danced on the keyboard. He had grown up writing code in internet cafes and broken down schools. Now he was Earth's first defense against alien attacks. "It's in," Malik said, "but it's not attacking. It's watching." General Reyna appeared on the main screen. "Don't stop it," she said. "Let it see what we want it to see." Malik smiled. Time to play. Instead of blocking the virus, Earth's hackers invited it in. They showed it fake files, false maps, dummy weapons, and fake battle plans. They made Earth look weak and unprepared. The virus took everything. Then, just before it tried to leave, Malik hit a key. A trap closed. The virus was caught. Now Earth was inside it. For the first time in its existence, the Whisper screamed. Back on the Varnak homeworld, screens flickered. Commanders looked confused. "Our virus. It stopped sending data. Try to reconnect," Varel said. But it was too late. Earth was already hacking back. The virus had opened a door, a small one, but just enough. Earth's digital spies moved in. They found files, ship plans, war strategies, and secret locations. One of the human hackers whispered, "We're inside their network." Another added, "We can see everything." They sent the data straight to General Reyna. She stood in silence as maps filled her screen. Every Varnak fleet, every weak point, every code. "Are we sure this is real?" she asked. "Yes, General," said Malik. "This is the Varnak's brain. And now, it belongs to Earth." Reyna smiled slightly. "Then let's use it." That night, Earth launched a surprise cyber strike. Hundreds of Varnak ships suddenly lost power. Some drifted into empty space. Others crashed into moons. Defense shields dropped across their outposts. On a space station near the Varnak border, lights went out. Doors locked. A message appeared on every screen. "We warned you. Earth sees everything." Panic spread across the Empire. "How did they do this?" shouted one Varnak leader. They were supposed to be primitive. High Commander Varel stared at the blank screen in front of him. They were. Not anymore. Meanwhile, Malik and his team watched as alien systems collapsed one by one. They weren't just hackers now. They were warriors, fighting in silence, with keys instead of guns. Malik leaned back in his chair and looked at the glowing servers. "We're not scared of your machines," he whispered. "We are the machines now." Later, General Reyna held a quiet meeting with Earth's top minds. Scientists, engineers, AI experts, all gathered in one room. "What do we do with the Varnak's secrets?" one asked. Reyna looked around. Her voice was calm but firm. "We don't just defend," she said. "We build. We rise. They wanted to shut us down. Now we move forward." New plans began that night. Earth would make smarter ships, faster weapons, and stronger defenses, all built using the enemy's own knowledge. But more than that, Earth would connect. For the first time, every human country shared code, systems, and data. No more borders in the digital world. Just one goal: survival and revenge. Far away, in the cold halls of the Varnak High Tower, the alien leaders met in secret. Their voices were low. Their fear was rising. They have our files. They know our plans. They control our ships. One elder said it out loud. "We didn't just fail to break Earth. We made Earth stronger." In space, Earth's satellites blinked in perfect rhythm. Silent, ready, watching. And on every human screen, one simple message glowed. "We are not alone, but we are ready." The war had changed, not with fire, not with bombs, but with code. And Earth had just won the first silent battle. The war had changed, but it was far from over. Earth had survived the first attacks. It had struck back in space, on Mars, and in the digital world. Now the galaxy was watching. Some feared Earth, some respected it, and some saw opportunity. A message arrived on Earth's main channel. It came from a planet called Saturn IV, home to a species known as the Lyari. They were smart, fast-talking traders, known for staying neutral in all wars. But now their leader, Chancellor Vel, spoke to Earth directly. "We offer a meeting," he said, his silver eyes calm. "We believe this war is not needed. Come talk. Let us find peace before more blood is lost." General Reyna stood with her advisors. Some wanted to go. Some warned it was a trap. Reyna finally said, "We'll send a small team. Just 3. If it's a trap, we won't lose everything." Captain Elias Cole, the unkillable revenant from Mars, was chosen. Malik, the cyber expert, would go too, quiet, watchful. And with them went a diplomat, Layla Sirin, known for speaking 12 alien languages and never losing a negotiation. They boarded a fast ship called Dawnrider, sleek and silent. As they flew through deep space, stars passed like white rivers. Captain Cole sat in silence, his metal fingers tapping the armrest. Malik ran silent scans, just in case. Layla studied maps and cultural notes. When they landed on Saturn IV, everything seemed peaceful. Clean buildings, open skies, gentle music in the air. Chancellor Vel met them with a smile. "You've come a long way," he said softly. "Let's make sure it was worth it." For 2 days, they spoke. Vel offered trade deals, promised Varnak troop locations, even offered to help Earth build more Skyblade ships. But Captain Cole didn't trust him. "There's something wrong," he whispered to Layla. "This is too easy." On the 3rd night, Malik stayed awake, pretending to sleep. He plugged a small data spike into the guest room's wall. And what he found shocked him. Saturn IV was not neutral. They had been selling Earth's secrets to the Varnak for months. In fact, Vel had given them the Whisper virus, the same one Earth had captured. "It's him," Malik whispered. "He betrayed us." At the same time, Cole heard a soft click outside the door. He stood fast, grabbed his weapon. A shadow moved outside the window. Then, an explosion. The blast hit the hallway, fire and smoke filling the room. Layla screamed. Cole grabbed her, shielding her body with his armor. The ceiling cracked. "Trap," he shouted. "Move." They ran through the burning corridor, guns ready. Malik sent a burst signal to Earth. Ambushed. Repeat, ambushed. Dozens of Sarin guards came running. But they didn't expect what happened next. Captain Cole charged them. his body burning, but unshaken. Malik dropped an EMP device, shutting down their weapons. Layla found a safe path and led the team through back tunnels. In orbit, Earth had been watching. The moment they got Malik's signal, the Skyblade 1 launched from stealth. It entered Saren's atmosphere at high speed, roaring like thunder. Inside the city, Vel watched the sky turn red. They were supposed to die quietly, he muttered. The Skyblade dropped a blinding flash bomb that froze all enemy systems for 5 minutes. Just enough. The team reached the roof. The Skyblade hovered, hatch open. Cole jumped in first, pulling Layla up behind him. Malik was last. The ship blasted into the sky just as enemy missiles fired. But it was too late. They were gone. Back on Earth, Reyna heard the full story. She didn't speak for a long time. They tried to buy peace with lies, she finally said. Let the galaxy hear this. Earth does not beg for peace. We fight for it. Later, a message was sent to Saren 4, a simple video. Layla stood in front of a black flag. You offered peace, she said, but gave us betrayal. You showed your true face, and now, we will never forget. The transmission ended, and from that day on, no Earth ship ever landed on Saren again. But something strange began to happen. Other alien races started to contact Earth, not to attack, but to talk. They had seen Earth survive battles, viruses, and betrayal, and they had seen Earth forgive no one. Some were afraid. Some were impressed. But all of them understood one thing now. Earth had changed, and anyone who crossed it would pay a price. It started with silence. No signals, no messages, no movement from Earth. The entire planet went dark. One moment, Earth's satellites were online, its ships active, its systems buzzing. The next moment, nothing. Like the homeworld had simply vanished. Across the galaxy, confusion spread. On the Varnak homeworld, High Commander Virel stared at a dead screen. He hit the console again and again. Check the scanners, he barked. Where is Earth's signal? There is no signal, his technician replied, pale and sweating. They've disappeared. Some believed it was a trick. Others thought Earth had been destroyed. Some Varnak generals even celebrated. They're gone, one laughed. We've won. But not everyone was convinced. On a distant moon colony, a Laari merchant said quietly, when Earth is silent, it is thinking. Meanwhile, in a hidden station orbiting Jupiter, General Reyna stood with Captain Cole and Malik. They watched a black globe spinning on the screen. Earth, fully cloaked. Our world is still here, Reyna said. But no one can see it. No one can hear it. They think we're gone. It worked, Malik whispered. Project Ghostwave. It actually worked. It was Earth's most secret defense, a global cloaking shield powered by dark energy tech stolen from the Varnak. It made Earth invisible to scans, signals, even light. To the galaxy, Earth no longer existed. But Earth was not hiding in fear. It was preparing. Underneath the surface, giant machines roared. Soldiers trained. Ships were built in silence. Earth had become a shadow, watching, waiting. For 2 weeks, the galaxy buzzed with rumors. Some believed a Varnak weapon had destroyed Earth. Others said Earth had escaped through a wormhole. The truth came out in fire. It began when a Varnak fleet entered a neutral system, attacking a small human colony called Eus-9. They expected no response. Earth was gone, after all. But then, something tore out of the sky. A ship no one had ever seen before. Black as space, shaped like a blade. Silent. It moved faster than anything the Varnak had faced. It tore through their ships like paper. In less than 6 minutes, the entire Varnak fleet was gone. One survivor floated in escape wreckage, trembling. He stared at the stars, whispering, "They're still here. Earth is still here." The message spread fast. Across alien networks, on pirate channels, Through old code lines, 2 words appeared again and again. Earth live ease. Panic returned to the Varnak command. They fooled us, a general shouted. They tricked the entire galaxy. Viril slammed his fist. We need to strike now. All fleets, every ship. But Earth had already moved again. More ghost ships appeared, at the edge of colonies, above battle stations, near the Varnak border. They never spoke. They only destroyed. The galaxy had never seen such speed, such silence, such cold precision. Then came the message. Broadcast on every known channel. General Reyna stood in a dark room. No flags, no background, just her eyes. You wanted Earth to disappear, so we did. You wanted to see what we are without mercy. So we showed you. This war ends now, or we end it our way. Some planets offered surrender. Others begged for alliance. Even some Varnak leaders began to question the war. But Virel refused. We finish what we started, he growled. They won't hide forever. He was right. Earth didn't stay hidden. Instead, it launched one final strike. A dozen ghost ships, led by Captain Cole, appeared in orbit above the Varnak capital. No warning, no speeches, just movement. They didn't destroy the city. They shut it down. Electricity, communications, defense grids, all frozen in place. Then Cole sent one signal. Next time, we don't turn the power off. We turn everything to dust. And then, they left. No one chased them. No one dared. Back on Earth, the cloaking shield powered down for the first time in weeks. Blue skies returned. Sunlight touched the surface. But Earth was no longer the same world. It was quieter now. Stronger. Watched by 1,000 eyes. In her command chamber, Reyna spoke with Malik and Cole. This was never just about survival, she said. It was about becoming untouchable. Captain Cole nodded. They wanted us gone. Malik smiled. We gave them what they wanted. And now, they fear what comes next. In space, above Earth, the stars seemed to burn a little brighter. Because Earth had vanished once. And the galaxy would never forget what returned. The war was over, or so the galaxy hoped. Varnak ships stopped their attacks. Earth's ghost fleets vanished into silence. And across the stars, a strange new feeling grew, fear wrapped in respect. Earth was no longer the primitive planet they once laughed at. It had become something else, something powerful, something unpredictable. So the Galactic High Council met. Leaders from dozens of star systems gathered in a shining station orbiting a blue star. For centuries, they had ruled trade, peace, and war. And now, they had only one question. Should Earth be allowed in? Many agreed. They've earned it, said the ambassador from Talos. They've defended their world. They've created advanced ships. They're already stronger than half our council. But others were not so sure. They are dangerous, said a Varnak speaker, voice tight with old anger. They hide. They hack. They destroy without warning. The council debated for days. Finally, a vote. One by one, lights on the great screen turned green. Earth was in. The invitation was sent in a golden capsule, delivered by a neutral envoy. It arrived at Earth's moon base. General Reyna opened it silently. The message inside was short. We invite you to take your seat at the Galactic High Council. Speak for Earth. Shape the future. Reyna called her closest team, Captain Cole, Malik, and diplomat Layla Surin. We've been fighting to survive, she said. Now we fight to lead. The Earth delegation arrived at the council station 3 days later. Their ship was sleek, black, and silent, like all Earth vessels now. As it landed, thousands of alien eyes turned to watch. 3 humans walked out. No guards, no weapons, just presence. Captain Cole's eyes scanned everything. Malik carried a small AI cube in his hand. Layla, dressed in dark silver, walked straight toward the council chamber. Inside, silence fell. For the first time in history, Earth stood before the galaxy as equals. Chancellor Vor, the council's leader, spoke first. "Earth," he said, "you have been at the center of war, fear, and great change. But now you are here. Speak." Layla stepped forward. She didn't thank them. She didn't flatter them. She simply said, "We are not what you expected. We never were, and we never will be." Murmurs rose across the chamber. Some nodded. Some frowned. Then Malik placed the AI cube on the table. It opened, showing holograms of Varnak war crimes, secret files, hidden truths. Many council members gasped. "This," Malik said softly, "was what Earth faced while you stayed silent." Next, Captain Cole spoke. "We will not bow. We will not beg. If Earth sits here, it speaks the truth, even if it hurts." Some council members shifted in their seats. They were not used to humans speaking like this, not with fire, not with confidence. But others were smiling. The council voted again, this time to assign Earth a role. They offered Earth control of Sector 9, a wild region filled with pirate activity, lost ships, and unstable systems. It was a test. A trap, maybe. Reyna accepted it. Weeks passed. Earth brought order to Sector 9 faster than anyone expected. Pirates vanished. Trade returned. Even old planets began to rebuild. But Earth didn't just fight. It shared. New shield tech was offered freely. Cloaking systems were explained. Even medical science from Earth's labs was gifted to weaker worlds. The galaxy watched with wide eyes. Earth, once ignored, was now building peace. But not everyone was happy. Behind closed doors, a few council members whispered, "They're rising too fast. They don't follow our rules. We need to slow them down." A plan formed. Quiet. Dangerous. A secret attack on a new Earth colony. Make it look like pirates. Blame someone else. Send a message. But Earth saw it coming. They had planted AI scouts across the system. Within seconds, they traced the fake pirates back to a hidden council base. Reyna didn't speak. She sent a single ship. It hovered over the base. Lights glowing red. Silent. A message appeared on their screens. "You invited us. Now live with your choice." The base surrendered without a fight. Back at the council, Earth didn't demand revenge. They just watched. Waited. Layla spoke once more in the chamber. "We are not here for power. We are here because we earned this. Don't mistake silence for weakness." And with that, Earth rose from a forgotten world to the loudest voice in the stars, a voice that no one could silence anymore. From that day on, whenever a new race joined the galaxy, they were told a simple warning. Do not underestimate Earth. They don't start wars, but they end them.